This is really, really dumb, but also really, really fun.
If you get under attack, you're gonna get at least one viewer. Go over there and watch you get out and fucking hop in your other chair. Be like, I can't do anything. I just fucking watch this periscope to hit this fucking button. Where my space engine is constructed.
Alright. You know, it would help if you freaking brought up your landing gear, you dumbass. Ugh. Space engines kick in at around 5,000, right?
On Sinan, I think it's 6.
Okay. And I need to maintain at least 600 km.
With 50%, that's just a safe number. You can probably go way slower and still gain altitude, but yeah,
Okay.
should be around that.
Yep. There goes my engines kicking in.
Good, too easy.
Good deal. Something burning up? Oh no, those are my bottom rockets kicking in. And then my Atmos kicking off. Okay. Cool deal.
Okay.
Hmm.
Military space engine. Oh,
Curious. Booster is your rockets, correct?
yes.
Okay, what was its original setting set to?
B.
B? That's what I have landing gear set to. Okay, so let's change landing gear to that. Let's change. Resume. Okay, so my rockets don't work. Is there something I didn't do right?
Refuel.
I didn't check.
That's all. They're pretty. If you don't have the button linked or you didn't refuel or connect them, I
Hmm.
guess.
If I get out of my seat, this thing keeps going, right?
Yeah. Hit X twice. Make sure your trajectory isn't red, and you'll.
Um, it looks green.
It's green.
Yeah,
No, hit X one more time.
that turned it off. Hitting it once says long
Yep.
range. Hitting it one more time says trajectory display tactical. That's green. Hitting it one more time says display mode velocity and something, and that's green. I'm already in space, but I'm in the safe zone,
Okay.
and everything looks great. I'm going about 4,300, 44. Still gaining speed.
How did you get to the safe zone?
No, I'm in the safe zone right now. Like I'm leaving the planet, but it still says safe zone.
Oh, okay. It's gonna say that to 5SU. SU.
Right. So, like I said, I've got a minute to take a look at this. If I can, so if I can get out, I can just press. That is so awesome. I love that that cockpit opens up. When I tell it to get out, then I pop down inside of my ship. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Yeah, they're bone dry.
That would do it.
That would do it, and I don't have any more on me because I didn't take any with me, so I don't have any fast getaway. No, no NOS.
Well, most likely, if something catches you, it's gonna be a little fighter, so it'll be able to
Um,
outmaneuver you anyways.
okay. Oops, my bad. I'm sorry that I screwed everything up by trying to sit in my other seat. I, I apologize. It's
I would
all good.
accelerate to at least 25,000.
Wow, that made me come to almost an instant stop.
What did your brakes?
No, getting into, so I got out of my cockpit, the fighter cockpit that I've got for it, and I was walking around looking at stuff, and then I went to sit in the co-pilot seat down there, and that stopped the ship dead in its tracks almost.
Weird.
Yeah, so luckily my trajectory still shows green, long range is purple. And now I'm building back speed. I need to check my space fuel, I guess. Shit, I didn't check space fuel. Space fuel's good. 89%. 81% on Atmo.
Yeah, sounds really good.
Alright. Yeah, so getting in and out of the pilot seat thing is not good for me. It keeps slowing me the fuck down.
Kind of weird. Should
Yeah.
toast your space engines turn on? Your reverse
Uh,
ones? I don't know why it's
no. Like I said, it was just like it just it's not so much getting out of the seat, it's trying to get back in it that stops everything. I guess it's because it's a fighter cockpit. Maybe that throws shit off. I don't think I've seen anybody else, build a ship with a fighter cockpit inside of it quite like I have here. No boosters, and I lost all of my effing velocity. Way to go, Jacob.
how many SUs are you on from the planet?
Um,
SUs.
oh shit, only about 356?
Kilometers?
Huh? From what planet?
No, from the one you left.
Oh, I have no idea how far away I am. I mean, I'm still in the safe zone, so I'm not that far. Hopefully I'll build up enough speed. So far I've only dropped one warp cell. Now need 95. Really need to work on getting that updated HUD. I also need to learn how to incorporate the sensors. Is that only for, the gunners kind of a thing? Or, I mean, since I'm, technically in
Yeah.
a fighter jet, then I should be able to have that kind of a thing too. Because this thing has
Well,
access to the extra small weapons.
I haven't figured it out how it works. You can connect one radar to your pilot seat. Um, your cockpit, you can connect it, weapons and radar. That's the advantage of it. But I don't know how to use radar when you don't have weapons.
Yeah, and I wasn't too happy. I was noticing that you can't hook up um, two radars to the same weapon system. So you can't have guns that work both with atmospheric radar and space radar. They can only do one or the other. Alright, I'm reaching the safe zone limit. Hold on to your lug nuts. Boom. We have entered PvP space.
It didn't take long. Oh God. This ship is so weird. 20%, and I'm still burning up. We're reaching fast enough speed to burn up. We're going to 10%. Okay, 10%.
So is it past the qualifying round yet?
No, I still got a lot of tweaking to do on it. But
Well, what I mean
life
is
well.
it's not getting redesigned.
No, I'm way past that. I guess. I mean, the thing that sucks since I don't have wings, I can't really scan with it. Well, scan 3 location.
Yeah, you can.
Well, of course I can, but it'd just be really hard to place them. It's not
No,
wide.
you place them as
You know?
their wings.
Oh yeah, because it just has to be in the box. Holy crap! There's so many ships at Area 6. Oh God.
Now down to 94 warp cells.
Okay. Well,
So I'm looking at about another 3 minutes per warp cell, and I need it to drop 30 warp cells. So an hour and a half of flight. Yikes.
good times.
But the good news is that I should be far enough out that it's highly unlikely I can be caught now. Like, it would
Yeah.
have to be super effing random or... Yeah.
If someone has a space station put on that lane that they can warp to, and the only reason why they'd have that set up is just to grief people, that would be pretty pathetic.
Hmm.
Like there's someone traveling the lane, we can't catch him, but we can warp and wait for him.
Right?
That's bullshit.
So on my ships, you know how I have it set up for the VJoy, correct?
Okay, yeah.
And I was asking you about a free look situation. Well, I found out that I also changed my pitch and roll, and the turn things that they had, I flip-flopped those to where my pitch and roll are just Q and E, the same as in Star Citizen, and that the other one requires me to press Alt. Well, now that I have that, I can actually just press Alt and it gives me the whole free look situation. So I can actually, those screens of rocket fuel and ammo and all that stuff that I couldn't see before, I can now look at.
Okay. Yeah.
I was just saying, if you know how you have the same thing, even in your pilot's chair, if you had your setup like this, then alt would be yours. But I mean, you could look and see what it would require for you. I don't know what it would be now. Maybe alt still would let you do that. Oh, you can look around anyways in yours because you fly keyboard, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you fly VJoy, you can't look around, so that's how I get my free look. So I still got 2 hours and 10 seconds of space fuel, so the fact that I need to fly for an hour and a half is good. I'll be cutting it close. I think I still have some spare. Um, yes, I still have spare X4 in my inventory. Oh shit! That I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. I apologize. I'm sorry. Get back on course. One of the downfalls of VJoy. Whew. Let's not do that again. That's one thing I haven't understood, and maybe I need to look a little bit more into the lore in Star Citizen, but have they explained how they cap us out at speed?
Why they do?
No, not why. Is there any kind of lore explanation to the whole capping us out at speed?
Not that I know of. I just know someone made the comment of it's like simulating.
Because it's it's really weird because they make us burn fuel even though we're at max speed, and that shouldn't be. It should be that, only if we change trajectory again should we burn fuel. Like, I'm okay with them limiting us in that way, but at least let the physics ride out as well. But I know it has a lot to do with their back-end servers. Hopefully when they get some of that shit fixed, we'll have things come back like, them not limiting our speed. And speaking of which, I wonder if you could make a ramming ship in this game.
No, I don't think so. Physics will just destroy everything.
Well, would it
Oh,
destroy the other ship too if you just had a kamikaze super heavy-weighted ship that was built for nothing other than to smash into another big ship?
yeah.
Yeah. It's your size 9 torpedo right there.
Well, near empty, it handles pretty well.
Cause yeah, it bothers the crap out of me how like an arrow can outfly a cutlass. I mean, I get in certain situations, but honestly, dude, if I kicked in those two freaking massive thrusters, that arrow's not actually going to catch up with me in space, man. It doesn't have the burn capability, you know.
Yeah. Well, it should be able to outmaneuver. It's smaller.
Right, you know, and I'm fully aware of that, but having, you know, these tiny little ships like that overtake me in speed, it's bullshit. You know, to have something like the Warden with even smaller engines also out freaking run me pisses me off. They limit me at freaking 1150. Fuck off. But that's just my fanboy side talking. I really do feel like Drake sometimes gets that redheaded stepchild freaking treatment.
Oh shoot. Well, your PvP sounds like it's going great.
Yeah, it's fabulous. I think that this is kind of assuaded my fears of being jumped every time I leave planet. So, but at the same time, it may make me a little bit too ballsy. I don't know. I may end up wasting time and fuel running back and forth now, seeing as how this has worked. Like during the day, because I leave my game on almost all the time now. I just let it stay running, and so you know I can very easily be doing other things or shit. Almost even falling asleep with this kind of a freaking, you know, space ride. But, just have an alarm to wake me up in an hour. I don't know. That may end up being cheaper, running some resources that way, just time consuming, which I have the time. So, we will see. Or if nothing else, running halfway there and then jumping. Conserve on warp cells and time. Yeah, they could use an upgrade on their map, something a little bit more akin to Star Citizen where I can even track myself would be nice. So I got a question on warp beacons. Are those going to be pretty much the same thing as VR pods and surrogate pods and stuff where you will set the DMR permissions to allow either anybody to warp to it, or can you search for warp beacons? Any ideas on that?
I don't. Since I haven't used one. Oh, excuse me. Since I haven't used one, I don't know a lot about them. Especially, I haven't researched them since I see how much they're selling.
Yeah. If I could get my hands on a schematic. Holy shit. That is just an unreasonable price for a schematic though. Like, again with the, what the hell are they thinking?
Well, they want corporations, obviously, just to be the only ones that use them. To a corporation, like our base, is where you'd have this warp.
Right, but it also means that, like, you know, again, this is what bothers me about this kind of setup. It is, you know, it's basically saying that only if you play this game in groups, which, you know, okay, and what is the group size, you know? I mean, we're already, you know, kind of a two-man team with, you know, at least another two people that, you know, are considered in our group. We have no real direction as a group. You know, we're all kind of bringing in money. But again, even as us, how long would it take now to bring in one of those? You know, I mean, that's just, it's a little absurd. I'm sorry. It seems there needs to be a better way to obtain these like blueprint skills or something like that other than a developer placed paywall, you know. Again, I would like to know, hey, at least give me the statistics on where you came up with these numbers on why these things should cost this much. You know, what dictated that a blueprint for a warp beacon is over 800 million quantas? You know, I would like to understand that. You
Every
know,
time you say that, I just gotta laugh.
right? Ah,
I think of what movie was that? 800 million.
oh, I don't know. I can't.
No, it's that uh, comedy from the early.
It's not Austin Powers, is it?
Yeah, it is. He's like $100 million. You're like, okay,
Take a look and see what what the crafting on one of those things is.
probably like a month.
Okay, so wow, that's some stuff. So it requires 1,296 advanced LEDs, 625 exotic power systems. That's tier 5, by the way. One exotic extra large antenna, again tier 5. An exotic quantum alignment unit, again tier 5. 256 of those, my bad. And then an exotic reinforced frame, extra large. Holy cow.
Wow, so 400 million is like a steal.
Okay, so resource-wise, though, this isn't terrible. Like when you break it down into its components. Okay, so I'm gonna risk pulling up. Okay, we're gonna calculate just for one. Raw resources just to create one. 4 tier 5s? 5,500 liters of rhodonite. 10,000 liters of columbite. 3,500 liters of vandanite. And 4,000 liters of ilmenite. 6,500 liters of cryolite. 4,000 liters of gold nuggets. 16,000 liters of natron. 11,000 liters of limestone. 10,000 liters of malachite. 600 liters of chromite. Wow.
What's that for?
That's just to create one warp beacon. That's the
Okay.
raw resources to create one warp beacon.
I got all that right now.
You got the vandalite and all that sort of stuff, the rhodonite and columbite and
I found
vandalite
one.
and ilmenite. Nice. So yeah,
What's
that's
the elemite? Yeah, I got that.
yep, ilmenite, vandonite, columbite, rhodonite,
Rhodonite. I don't have rhodonite.
cryolite, gold nuggets. Not a single tier 1 item. Or no, there must be more. There is more. Holy shit, sorry.
And I'm like, that sounds really cheap.
It also requires 12,000 pyrite, 1,100 pediolite, 8,500 anthconite, 500 garnerite, 3,200 hematite, 19,000 coal, 14,000 quartz, and 6,300 bauxite. Catalyst 3, 4, and 5 required. Woof, 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 woof. Yeah, that's.
I only have 4.
So that's a lot of resources, but at the same time, see, maybe everybody's going about this a little bit wrong. Maybe what we should be doing as far as the market is concerned is we should be trying to force the prices based on a combination of how hard it is to obtain the raw ore and what it takes to actually set up the beacon. You know, I mean, if you're thinking about that, if they're selling a beacon for, you know, I don't know, what was it, 4.2, 400, or no, which one? 400 million, correct? For a large beacon?
400, yeah. 400 million.
Oh no, it's gone down to 295 million.
Oh, bargain. Like you.
I wish I had that. Of course, if I had that, I'd be playing Spaceship Builder right now.
Yeah.
Spaceship Builder and Space Station Builder. I want to get those space stations up and going. So you have to redo your set warp point every so often to get it to update. See how our fuel's looking. Still have 104 minutes. Wonder if there's a way to transfer a massive amount of inertial force into electricity using some kind of field. Because I was thinking, you know, when you think about warp and, you know, traveling, you know, or quantum traveling or whatever, almost all of them have us coming out of space at almost a dead standstill, which, again, is not physically accurate. No matter how we fold space or, you know, whatever kind of phase shift they use to get you through normal space, you're still traveling at a specific velocity, and when you enter normal space again, you will continue to have that velocity. So, you know, in order to actually cancel that out, you would need some kind of field. But it would be awesome if we could actually, when you initialize warp, it literally takes whatever momentum you're using and converts that into a, you know, hopefully an almost 1-for-1 ratio of kinetic energy into, you know, electrical energy for the warp bubble itself.
Well, yeah, the warp bubble, your ship never really goes faster than speed of light in warp. Warp
Right.
bubble kind of There's a hyperspace. You understand?
What I'm saying is like is when because you wouldn't initiate a warp bubble, your warp drive until you're a little bit away from the planet. So you're going to have to be traveling at specific speeds anyways. What I'm saying is one, canceling out that energy so when you come out of warp, when you're done, you don't, you're not traveling at that speed if you don't want to be, kind of a thing. And then the second benefit would be to, I mean, seriously, if you had a ship this size or your size going at, what am I going right now? I'm going at almost 3,000 kilometers an hour. Or no, 30,000 kilometers an hour. So, how much does all of my mass and inertia, how much of that converts into, energy if we had a perfect, an E equals mc squared for kinetic